largely sympathetic to Diana.
James said, "Do you want an interview?" I said, "Of course I do."
Hardly believing what was happening, Morton took Colthurst to his publisher, Michael O'Mara.
He must have been extremely suspicious of me.
I was convinced instantly that the guy had to be some kind of con man.
Colthurst was able to convince the author and publisher he was for real. But they had to protect Diana, who was watched day and night by photographers and palace staff. So the three hatched a plan.
Cheers.
Morton would write questions for Diana and give them to Colthurst, already a regular visitor to Diana's palace apartment. No guard would ever suspect what was nestled in the basket of his bicycle.
James would go into Kensington Palace with his tape recorder and the questions.
Straightforward questions about her childhood, her teenage years, the honeymoon, the romance.
She took the sheets of questions, clipped the mic on and settled down and answered away.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's excellent. Perfect. Yeah, it's great.
Very relaxed, a lot of laughter.
If Diana's mood was light-hearted, almost innocent, then her accomplices also had no clue about the gravity of their undertaking. Until they heard Diana's voice on tape.
My husband made me feel so inadequate in every possible way. I threw myself down the stairs. I was just so desperate.
My heart nearly stopped beating on the spot.
Whoa, it was just amazing stuff. It was just mind-blowing.
That fall, Colthurst pedaled his bike in and out of Kensington Palace, taking in blank audio tapes.
I felt I was a lamb to the slaughter.
And bringing out stunning new revelations to a wide-eyed author and publisher.
I couldn't believe how cold and how I thought one thing, but actually another thing was going on. The lies, the deceit.
She was actually dishing the dirt on the core of the royal family. This was ultimately an extremely anti-Windsor, anti-royal family book.
In fact, Diana's revelations were so damning, O'Mara feared what might happen if the book-writing scheme was uncovered. With the main source of the scandal denying any participation, the author might end up in court.
I remember going to the lawyers and, the lawyer was a top-level lawyer, and he said, "Who's the court going to believe, Mr. Morton, you or the Queen?" So we knew that it had to be right.
But it had to be right for Diana. So Colthurst delivered chapters, the princess scrutinizing every word and editing the manuscript with her distinctive handwriting. Like this line, which she corrected to tell of her early love for Charles.
I think it was a shock to her when she saw it written down on paper. It got all kind of serious then,
Taking extra precautions, the accomplices used code names, payphones, even scrambler phones, and met in the back rooms of out-of-the-way restaurants.
I had my office swept for bugs. Diana had her offices swept for bugs.
Were they simply paranoid? It didn't appear so when Morton's office was broken into and ransacked. So for nearly 6 months, with every new chapter, the conspirators became more frightened.
And it was just like a movie. You're looking around, you're thinking you might be followed, and you get on the subway, and I'm thinking, is somebody watching me?
I was always worried if I fell off the bicycle or something and somebody then listened to the tape and realised what they had in their hand. It was a little bit like having a ticking bomb.
The bomb nearly went off too soon. Riding through the centre of London, Colthurst hit a pothole, sending the manuscript flying.
This manuscript started to spread across the road right outside the House of Commons. I rescued all the papers and shoved them quickly back into the box. I got away with it, so that really woke me up.
So as the publication date neared, suspense built to a frenzy. Sensational excerpts of the book would first be released in a national newspaper.
I can remember